For some reason, Hillary's opponent comes from a different place. I don't know. Perhaps living life high up in a tower in a world of exclusive clubs, measuring success by wins and losses, the number of zeros in your bank account. Perhaps you just develop a different set of values. Maybe with so little exposure to people who are different than you, becomes easy to take advantage of those who are down on their luck. Folks who play by the rules pay what they owe. Because to you, those folks just aren't very smart and seem somehow less deserving. And if you think this way, then it's easy to see this country as us versus them. And it's easy to dehumanize them, to treat them with contempt, because you don't know them. You can't even see them. Maybe that's why this candidate thinks certain immigrants are criminals, instead of folks who work their fingers to the bone to give their kids a better life, to help build the greatest nation on earth, because he doesn't really know them. Maybe that's why he thinks we should be afraid of our Muslim brothers and sisters, because he really has no idea who they are. He doesn't understand that they are us. They are our friends, our family, our neighbors, our colleagues, people of faith, just like so many folks around the country. Maybe that's why he sees veterans enduring the wounds of war as weak, why he insults Gold Star families, folks who've spent months praying not to get that knock at the door. Heroes who love this country so much they're willing to die for it. He just can't see them. Maybe it's easy for him to mock people with disabilities because he's unable to see their strength and their contributions. Maybe that's why he demeans and humiliates women as if we're objects meant solely for pleasure and entertainment rather than human beings worthy of love and respect. He just doesn't understand us. Maybe that's why he calls communities like the one where I was raised hell. Because he can't see all of the decent, hard-working folks like my parents who took those extra shifts, paid their bills on time, folks who are raising amazing families, sending kids to college. Maybe he doesn't believe that people like us really exist, because he does not see our shared humanity. And it is becoming increasingly clear that to him, most of America is them. But here's the thing. Look at us. Just look at us. We all know better. We all know better. We all understand that an attack on any one of us is an attack on all of us. And we know that that is not who we are. No, who are we? We are a nation founded as a rebuke to tyranny. A nation of revolutionaries who refused sovereign reign from afar. Hear me, we're a nation that says, give us your tired, your poor, your huddled masses, yearning to breathe free. We are a nation built on our differences, guided by the belief that we are all created equal. A nation that fully recognizes that we are always stronger together. All of us. That's who we are.
She's been proven to be a liar on so many different ways. This is just another lie.
Well, I'm just quoting you when
there's
we're
no
asked
quote.
about
You're not going to find a quote from me. I don't know Putin.
Do you have a relationship with Vladimir Putin?
I do have a relationship.
I was in Moscow a couple of months ago. I owned the Miss Universe pageant, and they treated me so great. Putin even sent me a present, beautiful present with a beautiful note. I spoke to all of his people.
I never met Putin. This is not my best friend.
I was in Moscow recently, and I spoke indirectly and directly with President Putin, who could not have been nicer. And I got to know him very well because we were both on 60 Minutes.
This is a person who has been very cavalier, even casual, about the use of nuclear weapons. He's advocated more countries getting them, Japan, Korea, even Saudi Arabia.
North Korea has nukes. Japan has a problem with that. I mean, they have a big problem with it. Maybe they would, in fact, be better off if they defend themselves from North Korea. Maybe we would be better off, including with nukes. Yes, including with nukes.
And South Korea with nukes.
South Korea is right next door.
He was for the invasion of Iraq.
Wrong.
And you can actually hear the audio of him saying that.
Are you for invading Iraq?
Yeah, I guess so.
He applauds people who are pushing and pulling and punching at his rallies. That is not who America is.
So if you see somebody getting ready to throw a tomato, knock the crap out of them, would you? Seriously. I promise you, I will pay for the legal fees.
He also went after a disabled reporter, mocked and mimicked him on national television.
Written by a nice reporter. Now the poor guy, you got to see this guy. Oh, I don't know what I said.
He insulted a former Miss Universe, Alicia Machado, called her an eating machine. And on the
She was like an eating machine.
She weighed 118 pounds or 117 pounds, and she went up to 160 or 70. So this is somebody that likes to eat.
Nobody has more respect for women than I do. Nobody.
So you treat women with respect?
I can't say that either.
Ultimately, Ivana does exactly as I tell her to do.
Right, men? Is that right?
If Hillary Clinton were a man, I don't think she'd get 5% of the vote.
He said that he could not possibly have done those things to those women because they were not attractive enough. Look at her. I don't think so.
Look at her words. You tell me what you think. I don't think so.
I did not say
them to be
that.
assaulted.
I did not say that.
About another woman, he said, that wouldn't be my first choice.
She would not be my first choice, that I can tell you.
I didn't even apologize to my wife, who's sitting right here, because I didn't do anything.
He apologized to me, and I accept his apology, and we are moving on.